And welcome back to more Animal Crossing New Horizons. Honestly, I'm kind of impressed that I haven't slipped up and said New Leaf in an intro, from what I remember. I was kind of like, I had this realization between recordings of like, you know what, I'm actually a little bit impressed in myself that I didn't screw it up like that. Because I just did a review for New Leaf, that went live on the day of recording this, March 31st. It's also the release date of Persona 5 Royal. Cough cough spoiler, maybe look forward to something about that in the coming weeks. Not that it matters, because this is gonna go way after that video. Again, with each day taking 2 to 4 days from here on out, it's gonna be pretty backed up. I'm gonna be honest, it's pretty severely backed up. It's simultaneously a nice feeling and a terrifying feeling at the same time, because it's honestly really nice having like an insane amount of come again, you want to halt construction of our new brick staircase? That means the donations made so far will go to waste. Are you sure about this? Really sure? I didn't donate anything. Understood. I'll have the site cleaned up by tomorrow then. Great. So I kind of wasted a day, oops. What I was gonna say though was, it's simultaneously refreshing and terrifying to have this much backlog. So he's probably gonna tell me he's still... Actually, can I move a house? Also, okay, real big quality of life problem I have with this game. It doesn't say where the house is when you're moving it. Whose house is the close one? It's Shari's, right? If I made a mistake, I'm spending 50,000 bells for nothing. Because it was either Pierce's house or Shari's house I wanted to move, and I don't remember which one. I think that covers everything. So Shari, do you want to move where Jonathan thinks you should move? Yeah, sure, I'm in. I was just thinking it was time for a shake-up. Point the way, Cheeky. Alright then, sounds great. You just leave the rest to me and our friend Jonathan. Well, Jonathan, since the matter of moving is now settled, I'll take that construction fee now. Next I'd like you to pick out a new spot for Shari's home. You'll find a moving kit in your pockets. Use it to place your home wherever you'd like it to go. Moment of truth. I mean, I was gonna move both eventually anyway. Cool, I picked the right one. Basically, I don't like Shari's house being so close to the plaza. I want to move it kind of in line with Pierce's house, but kind of a couple spaces away, kind of like on the other side. This is gonna be kind of a chore, actually. Good thing I have a bunch of oranges. I'm gonna need to make a new shovel too at this rate. This is a lot of things to move. I did not think this through very well. But yeah, it's gonna be a while until it's like remotely close to being caught up real time. I don't think it ever will if I can help it. But it's a nice feeling actually having videos really far ahead. So actually the center of the town square is like this. Like these two spaces. So like going out from this spot, it actually kind of clunks into Pierce's house. So I might move Shari's house a space up and then move Pierce's house up too. Again, I am putting way too much thought into decorating and keeping it like an orderly and pretty looking town. I fully admit, yeah, I'm putting way too much effort into this. But again, this is gonna be my Animal Crossing town for the foreseeable future. I could be playing on this town for like the next decade. So it's kind of a big deal having everything placed very meticulously and in a way that I will like for, you know, many years to come. It's kind of a big deal having a town I like under the circumstances. So 2 spaces would be about here, but also I wanted to have it like a space up or 2 from Pierce's house. Like maybe about here then. I hear a mole cricket. I actually did find one, I meant to mention that. That's cool. Yeah, move it up a little bit. I might move Pierce's a little bit to the right as well, when the time comes. You need to, like, fill in the holes, is what they mean. To talk a little bit further about some plans, again, I kind of want to keep this little road here. I think this is centered, roughly, based on the circle. I actually don't know if the circle's a good indicator. But basically, have it kind of come out this way, so Pierce's house would have to move up a little bit too, up and to the right, in line with Shari's. Yeah, we're gonna do another tour to end off the day. I might buy another shovel before we go. Hey, cool. That's handy. And also, because of that, we can now move all these flowers over here. Like, okay, that did not plant where I was hoping it would. I was gonna move it over to the right. I didn't want the hyacinths and the cosmos to be that close together, but okay. This orange tree can go, like, about here, I guess. Temporarily. If I can dig up the right spot. I've heard a lot of people have been trouble with dig spots not being in the right place. I'm definitely experiencing that to some extent, where it's like, the problem with this game is all Animal Crossing games are basically on a grid. So, the inputs have, like, weird dead zones a lot of times, where it's like, it's not exactly where you think it'll go. Also, I can see this becoming a big thing where I just try to recruit Rosie till the end of time, and that's just like a perpetual battle is inviting her. But the thing is, I am getting crafting recipes from her, so it's not that big of a deal. It's not like I'm getting nothing out of it. Also, really quickly, does the map show up inside buildings? It doesn't, so I have to actually open it up. We have, like, 3 buildings in Limbo. We have 3 there, 5 there, so we have 9 buildings total. Yeah, those 2 in the middle, left are gonna have to move. They're really haphazardly placed. I don't know if I want to have, like, 6 houses in, like, neat columns and rows, but that's just kind of how it's ending up being. It's like a residential district, almost. Again, it almost doesn't feel organic enough. That's kind of the problem with Animal Crossing, especially when you have decisions to make about exact, like, house placements. I struggle a little bit with things being too orderly, too, like, structured to the point of being, like, almost, like, sterile, kind of too rote. I don't know if that makes sense or if that's just a me thing, of like, I want the houses in my town to be very orderly, but not too orderly, because then it looks kind of forced. I might have 2 houses on the top close to each other, the 2 in the middle spread out more, and then the 2, like, basically not have them in a straight column, have the rows comparable, but not have them in exactly like columns, to keep it a little bit less, keep it a little bit less orderly to a fault, if that makes sense. Why do we keep getting bulls? It's just like this weird trend where I keep getting the bull villagers, and again, it's like, if I'm gonna have repeats, it's gonna be cats or penguins. Also, Castmaster is not going well, to the surprise of absolutely no one, probably. Oh, good timing. One thing I haven't talked about is, because I haven't been doing this very much, is the different types of islands. So there's like a Bell Island that's like you can only catch super expensive fish. There's tons of bell rocks, etc., etc. There's a Tarantula Island that's, you know, only tarantulas. That sounds awful, to me, but like, it's a really good way to get money because you can find tarantulas everywhere and they sell for like 10,000 bells, so you get money really fast if you find a Tarantula Island. Apparently the Tarantula AI is also a little bit screwy, I guess is the right way to say it. Basically, if you have a tarantula chasing you and run into a second tarantula, that one won't chase you for some reason. So from what I gather with Tarantula Islands, a lot of people like to manipulate it so like you basically enclose or trap the tarantula that's actively aggroed, I guess is the right way to put it. So then you can just catch all the other ones, no problem, no worries. And then yeah, you just get like 40 tarantulas, that's like 400,000 bells or something ridiculous. So yeah, that's, at the time of this recording, this is considered the best way to get bells. Again, our current house payment is like 750,000 bells. 40 tarantulas would pay off over half that. It's just a matter of like how good are you at catching tarantulas, I guess, and in my case, I don't know if I'm brave enough for that, if I'm being perfectly honest. In any case, let us try once more, to see if I can actually get a really cool special visitor, by the way, to talk about the logistics of this for a moment. If you want to know how many villagers are in Animal Crossing, as of now, it's about 400, and that's missing a few. Apparently, generally, like, from what I gather, Amiibo exclusive ones, like, I think the Hello Kitty line, because Sanrio copyright, those don't work, but, basically anything else works, to my knowledge. And I don't know about, like, Zelda or Splatoon. I need to check that, actually, at some point. Ooh, an anteater. Wow, I didn't expect to see anybody on this island. Nice to meet you, I'm Annabelle. You're from Cobalt? I've totes heard of somebody Trey Cool who's from there. Maybe you know them. Their name is Jonathan? That's you? Wow. A pair of celebrities on one island. Well, I'm a celeb in training, but it's still fab. The only thing better than kicking back and chilling on an island would be to do it forever. Spending time on an island is the best way to find your inner calm and hug it as hard as you can. If I lived on an island, Snorty, I'd be the calmest, most relaxed anteater pop star you ever met. Move to Cobalt? Oh my gosh, yes! I can move to any old island, but this is way better since you'll be there. You hear that, world? I'm moving to Cobalt. Okay, oh my gosh, moving, Kay. God, so stressful, so much to do. Got to calm down. Center yourself, Annabelle. Find your happy place. Calm down. Whew. All better. So all I've got to do is get this train going is talk to Tom Nook? Easy. I cannot wait to have a chic Cobalt zip code. That's something you don't think about. Do characters have zip codes? I guess maybe they would. Also, anteaters look so much better in this game because they have like the scales on the back. I don't remember if they had those in the old games. I want to say they didn't, but I may be wrong. You know, GameCube textures aren't exactly the easiest thing to decipher if I'm being perfectly honest. I'm not sure if Annabelle was GameCube actually. She might have been later. But I definitely do know of Annabelle. I don't know if I've ever had her in my town, but the name definitely sounds familiar. Also, these are... I was checking my inventory. These look special. Like, very special. Orange pansies. Alright, so, how many is that? 4. I'm gonna take 5 of each, unless my shovel breaks. I should have gone with the blue ones first, because I prefer them. A reminder, you are free to take as much as you want from these mystery islands, because they are randomly generated, and thus you have nothing to worry about with stealing the resources from them. Alright, so, with that being taken care of, I still haven't done things like bell rocks and the like, but I'll do that off screen. I do want to check one more thing before we wrap up for this day. I want to double check our town rating to see if it's gone any better. So, let's go back to resident services. And yeah, I'm gonna plant these pansies somewhere. I might actually start setting up like little garden areas. Like little spaces of 9, but like with several spaces missing so the flowers can crossbreed properly. There's crossbreeding charts already online. People have been basically min-maxing New Horizons, it feels like. Which is cool. It reminds me of that Stardew Valley craze back in, almost in 1907. That's a reference. But until like 2017 was what I was going to say, or 2018, I think. Right now, Cobalt has a 1-star rating. Folks are feeling like we still have room for improvement. Allow me to read an excerpt from the feedback that I gathered. I like how there aren't any ghosts around. It's a place where free spirits like me can just be free. Well, there you have it. Now, if we want feedback from anyone else, increasing the population must be our main focus. Here's some feedback from me. I believe we've truly improved our island scenery. I continue to marvel at your skill in decoration and landscaping design. We're lucky to have you. And there you have it. Just let me know. Okay, so basically, to get to 2-star, we need more people. That's it. See, that's easy. Off screen, I'm gonna look up how to get amiibo characters to move, because Rosie is not wanting to move to my town for some reason. I don't think I've ever scanned her amiibo into another game, so I don't think that would be a problem. I was just kind of like, is it because she's in, like, Happy Home Designer? It's like, is that messing something up? But I don't think it would. I guess this is, like, the pansy corner down here. The blue and orange to go with the yellow and red next to it. I should have picked, like, 9, so it would be a nice little grid, but I didn't plan ahead that much. There you go. So, also I've been really bad at watering plants because, again, watering cans feel like they break super easily. But yeah, I'll probably buy like 3 watering cans and try to water everything to get more types of flowers. Again, I want more of the blue windflowers for my house. Again, tomorrow probably we can move Pierce's house. And set up the ramp for real to the campsite. Let's see, I'm gonna put the clock and the other street lamp somewhere. Probably move this utility pole, it's kind of garish if I'm being blunt. But yeah, that's my tentative plan for tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for day 13 of Animal Crossing New Horizons.